they enter this dimension, man, by way of them chariots, man. Because those are intergalactic war machines, man. Them chariots, man, them spiritual war machines, man. It's nothing but pure power, man.
Yes, brother.
And it says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
Yeah.
And he that sat upon him was called faithful and true.
Right.
And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
Yeah, so in righteousness the Lord's going to come and he's going to make war. In the book of Isaiah, the 63rd chapter tells you that. You know, who is this that cometh from Bosra, man? From Eden. Going up.
And it says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and upon his head were many crowns.
Yeah, so that represents the Lord coming to tear up these other nations, these so-called kings of the other nations of the earth. The Lord's going to come and take their crowns off their head, man. Not literally, but he's going to come and destroy them, man. He's going to put them in subjection before himself, man, before his feet. And every tongue shall confess, and every knee's going to bow to the Heavenly Father's Son, man. Going on. You get that in Philippians as well.
And on his head were many crowns,
Right.
and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself,
Going on.
and was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Yeah,
And his name is called the Word of God.
yeah, the word of the Most High, word of the Most High, which goes with John 1:1, where it tells you about the Word was with the Most High from the beginning. That's talking about our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. And that proves he is the Word. And Psalm 40:7 tells you that he's in the volume of the book.
Yep.
So he is the Word incarnated, man.
Yep.
He's the whole theme of righteousness, man. Even going back to Melchizedek, you know, the word Melchizedek means Malak, Tazadak, king of righteousness, man. That was Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation.
Yep.
So he's all about he's all filled with righteousness, man. And he's gonna pour that vibration on this earth when he comes, man. Because it's his kingdom that he's coming to rule. Going up.
And it says, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses.
Like the brothers just saw like 30, chariots in the sky, so-called UFOs. That's what's going to come in these last days with the armies of the Lord, man. Them angels. They're going to come in the majesty of their Heavenly Father's Son.
And this time it'll cover the whole sky, brother.
They're going to cover the whole earth.
The whole earth.
Just like they showed you on Independence Day, you had chariots in America, chariots in China, chariots in Nigeria. There be chariots all over the earth, man. Thousands, man. And you ain't going to be able to miss it. They'll be directly in your face, where you can't miss it, man. And then you're going to have the Heavenly Father's Son's chariot, the biggest chariot of them all. That's an entrance. That's what you call a royal entrance. Fuck that royal wedding that was last week. That's what you call a royal majestic entrance, man. That's how you shut the party down. You know the party shutters down. You shut the party down. That's how you shut a party down, man. You come in the majesty of the Lord, with his whole armies, man, around the four winds. Come on, you can top that. Even in the book of Jeremiah, it tells you nothing's gonna top that. That's going to outshine what happened in ancient Egypt.
I can read it.
Yeah, read that up. Get all them juicy precepts, man.
This is Jeremiah chapter Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he have driven them.
From the land of the north, which represents North America.
And all the lands whither he have driven them.
And all the lands where you have driven them. So that means they're going to be chariots everywhere around the four winds, man. Ain't just going to be one chariot. It's going to be the Heavenly Father's Son in the company of chariots, man. The Lord's army, his angels, like it tells you in the book of Revelation, the brother's going to read later. So the Lord's not playing games, man. And I watched it's funny because I watched the episode of Texas, I don't know your brother, Chuck Norris, you know, the Texas, what's that program called again? The Texas Ranger, or whatever they call it. The episode that I watched was actually the so-called Roswell episode, the chariots in the 1950s and all that, saying that they crashed and all that. But basically the beginning of the episode, Chuck Norris was standing with some chick in the middle of nowhere, in the dark, and all you see is some chariots going like that. Texas Walker Ranger.
Something like that, yeah.
You know, the one where he keeps doing the roundhouse kick. He's solving crime. That one. So after Bruce Lee kicked his ass and all that, this is when he had his own episode. Yeah, Chuck Norris, yeah, that roundhouse kick. So all you see is bare chariots, spare lights in the sky, and the next minute you just see a little girl. He's walking through some desert area. You see a little girl come out of nowhere, it's covered in bare dirt and shit. And she said, "Yeah, like they took my daddy." And she said, "Who took your daddy?" She said, "The sky people." I was laughing, man. So that's who it is, the sky people. She didn't say aliens. Yeah. She said the sky people, man. So that shows that those people that are embodied in them chariots are actual peoples, man. They're spiritual beings. The angels, man. They ain't no aliens in them chariots, man.
And then fuck them people try to tell people that chariots crash. That's what chariots crashing.
That's Esau,
bullshit.
Yeah, Area 51.
Yeah, Area 51, that Roswell bullshit. That's Esau and his lies. That never. Those are spiritual war machines, man. Yeah. They can travel underneath the water without a single drop meddling, man. They can go underneath the earth, come out of the earth. They showed you that in Indiana Jones, man. Yeah. The last one, man, the crystal skull or whatever it was called. They showed you the chariot coming out of the earth, and they thought it was inside of a mace. It was inside of a chariot, you know. And they showed you the elders or the angels sitting on 12 different chairs, and then they all came together as one. That represents the Lord, you know. Bitch was trying to get knowledge, she got destroyed. Shows you, man, and the chariots are real. Esau, the global elites, because Hollywood is run by these devils, man. These global elites, the CFR, media world and all that, is run by these so-called Jewish rats. So they know this. They know the precepts, or some of the precepts, in concern to prophecy's sake of the chariots of Israel and all that. They know about those things. That's why they make movies on those things, man. And they put them in the movies to show people that, yo, these things actually exist. But they put it out there as entertainment for the people out there, because these people are goyim, man. They're a bunch of sheep, they're asleep. So they don't know what's going on. But the men of the Lord, we watch those films with a spiritual eye. So we know what the fuck these devils are doing when you put chariots in movies and all these so-called sci-fi films and all that, man. You know, go on now.
This is Zechariah chapter 5 and 1. Then I turned and lift up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying robe. He said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying robe. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits.
So the men of the Lord always saw the chariots, because that's our people's vehicles, man. The angels are looking out for our people all the time, man. So they always show themselves to the men of the Lord, especially. But they've always been there, man, in the heavens, just rolling around, you know. Whether they come in human form or they're in them actual chariots just flying around, they're always around the children of Israel, man. You know, so they're always going to show themselves. And that's the Lord showing His power, you know. And that's one of the forms, or the main form of our salvation, you know, throughout the ages. So go on, man. If there's any more now.
He says, Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth over the face of the whole earth.
Yeah, there's a curse unto the thief. The house, going to come into the house of the thief. Mr. Brother's going to read. It's talking about these Edomites, man, these so-called white people claiming that they're the Jews. That's a curse unto these so-called Jewish bastards right now. Because that ain't salvation for them. When they see them chariots, that means there's going to be hellfire for them, man. They're coming to destroy them, man. That's why these devils set up. If these devils do that, those chariots were for them, and they're claiming that they're the so-called Jews, why did they build the space program to fight the Lord when He comes back? Why did they do that? Why did they create these space programs, Stargate programs, if they're gonna, if they're the children of Israel? Why would they need to set up a defense mechanism to fight so-called foreign invaders? If they knew the prophecies in the Bible that was the Lord coming back for His people, wouldn't you be rejoicing? You want to fight the Lord? You want to fight your master? That shows that those so-called Jewish rats ain't the people of the Lord, man. Because they're setting up weapons to try and stop the Lord from coming into this atmosphere, man. So they want to fight Him when he comes back, which the brother's going to read in Revelation, the 12th chapter. Man.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven.
War in heaven is talking about actual intergalactic war that's going to take place during World War III. When World War III takes place over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, simultaneously the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come through the heavens with His majestic horde of angels, And Esau, the so-called white man, is going to get his so-called angels, these devils, and they're different armies from the NATO and EU armies, and try and fight the Lord, man. But they're going to get destroyed. Going on.
And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
Right, read that again, Michael. Read it slow.
It says, and his angels fought against the dragon.
No, read it from Michael.
Michael and his angels.
Right, so what's that talking about? Michael's going to be leading the charge when Yahweh Shai comes back to take over this globe, man. He's going to be leading, he's the head archangel, with the rest of the archangels with him, and a horde, army of army of other angels with them as well. So go on, can we read it?
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
So who's the dragon's angels talking about? That's talking about this Roman Empire, this NATO and the EU, the beast system is going to try and fight the Lord, man. All the nations that are going to be fighting over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat doing World War III are going to turn and all of a sudden band together and try and fight the Lord in the heavens, man. They're going to try and stop the Lord from invading this earth. That which is totally ridiculous, totally impossible. Because the Lord's, you can't battle the Lord, man. Well, that's the superpower of the earth.
And prevailed not.
And prevailed not. Meaning they're going to get destroyed, man.
That's right.
They're going to be blown asunder. Going on.
Neither was their place found anymore in heaven.
Right, man. So, yeah, because this so-called white man's on top right now. But they're going to get blasted out of the heavens when the Lord comes back through the heavens, man. And they're going to lose their throne. That's why it's talking about in Revelations, the 19th chapter, Salakia, about the many crowns that the Lord had on his head, because all them armies of the world, they're going to try and fight the Lord. He's going to destroy all of them in one go.
And the great dragon was cast out.
Yeah, so the Esau's empire is going to fall, man, and they ain't going to strike back.
That old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
So who's that talking about? That's talking about the so-called white man. He's a devil incarnated, man. The serpent, the great deceiver of the whole earth. He's the one that's deceiving the whole earth right now with his worldwide philosophies, democracy, and his religions and all that, man. All these false religions, his way of living, his way of thinking, doing style will and all that. All that's going to be done away with when the Lord comes back, man. All this LGBTQ society, that's going to be done away with, man. Women being over men, all these false pretenses, man.
And now,
false ordinances.
So like they're just today, we just found that they're legalizing abortion in Ireland.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
You see?
That's why we need to get out of here, man. That's right. I just did a sit down yesterday about a bunch of student union teachers talking about it's all right to abuse children, man, on secret video cameras, man. This guy was recording saying that it's all right to, basically if a kid gets assaulted physically or sexually, it's shit happens. These devils, that's why we need to get out of here, man. These devils, they err in the scriptures, man. They err in leadership. They're not about the Lord's way, man. They're about following their own hearts, which is evil and wicked. That's why the Lord bring that destruction. That's why He's going to destroy them, man.
Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
So that's how the Lord's going to restore balance on the earth. By pouring fire out on these devils, man. Them chariot beams are going to be shooting concentrated fire, and them ICBM missiles, which the Heavenly Father said He's going to be in the midst of them, is the ultimate fire, which is going to burn that whole land of the North America, man. And it's going to go worldwide, man. Wherever the missiles are intended to hit. Damn sure London's definitely going to get, the UK is definitely going to get destroyed with them nuclear missiles, man. London's nothing but a big witch coven, man.
Prophecy, brother. Prophecy.
And America was spawned out of fucking Great Britain anyway. So the mother's going to be so confounded. Talking about America, talking about England, they're going to get destroyed with America, man. And the rest of the EU and NATO allies, man. Right. You done with that?
No. And it says, with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by a sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Yeah, by fire and with a sword. A sword represents destruction, man. death, an instrument of death, man. Qayan in the Hebrew, if I'm not mistaken. The name of Cain, instrument of death, man. You know, so a sword, a sharp, threshing instrument. Talk about them nuclear missiles and them chariot beams, man. So the Lord ain't coming to bring peace for the whole world. That doesn't sound like the Lord loves everybody to me. That sounds like the Lord hates a lot of people, man. He wants to kill a lot of people. The Lord's actually got a kill list. You know, these devils got the red, blue, yellow list, whatever, purple list, and all that. All the people they want to kill. You know, Project Makito, you know, Rex 84 and all this BS, man. To put brothers in concentration camps, persecute the men of the Lord. But the Lord's got a hit list, man. He's got his own personal hit list. Namely, and it's about nations. It's not just 1 or 2 people. He's dealing with nations of people, man. He's going to kill a lot of people on this earth, man. 2/3 of his own people. So the Lord's hit list is greater than any Edomite list can have, man.
It says, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Yeah, the slain of the Lord is going to be many, man. So the Lord ain't dealing with love for everyone. That's why I said love not the world, man, because he's going to destroy this world. The fashion of this world is going to pass away with fire, man. You know, the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet are all going to be thrown into the lake of fire, man. Revelations, the 19th chapter and the 20th chapter tells you that. You know, so the Lord's not playing games, man. All these people talk about love, love. That's a false balance, man. The Lord deals with balance, so it can't be just all love. He's got love for his people, but he hates the other nations. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. That's balance, man. That's order. Go on, huh?
This is Psalms 110 and 5 and verse 6. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
In the day of the Lord, yeah, the day of the Lord, which is surely coming very soon, man. Sooner rather than people think. You know, sooner than people think, man. That's why the Lord said it's night time to wake out of sleep, man. The kingdom of heaven is nigh at hand. Sooner than we believe. Roughly paraphrasing, man. So things are going to start taking a turn. 2018, the year of prophecy, man. So anything can happen from now to the end of December. Who knows, man? They can declare martial law. The economy can collapse. And they can declare martial law. Then they start trying to enforce the mandatory chip on people, man. This shit can happen within the span of 6 to 7 months, man. Anything could change from tomorrow. Apostles will tell you that for free, from day to day. Because even all this week, things have been happening. We had Russia having meetings with, Putin and Macron, the French president, having meetings with Putin. You know, so Putin and Macron are getting together. They're talking, trying to build negotiations. And even Macron said, yeah, he understands why Russia has to defend Syria and all that. So what's he saying in the back of the mind? You know, that basically, if the situation goes down, he might back Russia, man. You know, that's why they just put together $1 billion enterprise, sort of different businesses and mergers that they're going to do together. So it's all coming together, man. And the scriptures tell you that all the nations are going to gather together, you know, have their own bands. And then they're going to go to war, man. It's going to come clash of the titans, a head to a head. And it's all going to go down violently, man. It ain't going to be
North Korea.
North Korea. We're supposed to be having a meeting meeting up with Trump. Trump declined, you know, chatting shit.
Back and forth.
Now they're saying, they might open it up for a meeting again in June or whatever. You know, it's this bare, like, hearsay, she say, rumors of wars, man. But evidently, the World War III is going to take place. That's one war that's not going to be stopped, man. It can't be quenched. Yeah, it's inevitable, man.
Has to happen.
Ask Mr. Smith. It's inevitable.
The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies.
Nice, brother.
So where's the love? So I don't understand, man. Because everyone comes out with the Lord loves everyone. Read that again.
He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the place with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries.
No, that's love.
That's love right there.
That's love, isn't it?
Oh, like yeah, that is love. Because like Thanos would tell you it's a mercy killing. When I kill, it's mercy. Thanos told you that. He said the culling and all that is for righteousness' sake. That's what he was telling you in Infinity War. And Thanos represents our Lord and Savior, our Shai. Because people don't even realize that's who that's talking about. You know, Thanos, who's the other one? Dark Steed. Apocalypse.
Yeah.
They represent the Lord, man, because he's coming back and he's going to set this whole world back in order, man. He's going to destroy all the so-called kings of this earth, all the different countries, you know, and he's going to restore order, man. So Thanos represents the Lord Yahweh Shai. He's going to come and he's going to kill the Avengers, man. All the Captain Saver-hoes that want this place to go on, he's going to destroy them, man.
Yeah.
They're going to evaporate into thin air. You ain't going to see no Black Panther's going to deteriorate. Spider-Man's going to deteriorate, man. All these Captain Saver-hoes who want to join hand-to-hand with Esau, they're going to get destroyed.
Yeah. If I can say this,
and you know, it's so slug because they all turn into dust. So that's that nuclear holocaust, man. They're all gonna get hit with that nuclear fire, man. Turn into dust, ashes to ashes. So like,
no, I was just gonna say in the Avengers, it's funny how they got Captain America leading the defense against.